Well, I think over that time we've become a much more professional force. I sure appreciate coming down here and seeing JTF Bravo still in existence, because one of the things that has occurred during the last 30 years is our increasing ability to work in a joint environment. And the soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines that work at JTF Bravo are great evidence of what we have done as a military to work together to achieve all our goals. I will tell you from my perspective and from my time in service, today we have the most professional, battle-tested intelligence service members in the world. And I've seen the evolution of our Army specifically from one that was coming off a tough time during the Vietnam period, and to be rebuilt, to be able to fight consistently in any theater. Now, just having fought 2 wars, downsizing one and still engaged in the other, our soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines have proved that they could work together as services in a joint environment and in a combined environment and still be the best military force in the world.
Stop these threats.
As evidenced by the units that are working here in JTF Bravo, we manage the training, the blade time, the hours for 1st of the 228th Aviation, and hopefully that we provide a trained and ready force to the JTF Bravo commander to use in his fight to counter illicit trafficking and the transnational threat. Throughout this region, Army South is engaged. For example, we have soldiers in Colombia that are assisting them in their effort to counter drugs. Here in Honduras and the rest of Central America, when we're not engaged at JTF Bravo, we have subject matter experts that are working in conjunction with our other services and SOC South to help build the capacity of those nations that we're helping, because it is a regional problem. And as we face the challenge of counter illicit trafficking and transnational criminal organizations, we have to work together not only as United States services but with the interagencies and the countries down here. Hopefully our soldiers are acting as a catalyst to do that in terms of building the capacity in our partner nations in intelligence, in logistics, in engineering, in medicine, and those things that contribute to a strong, solid force. We hope that we develop the NCO Corps and the Officer Corps in conjunction with the effort being conducted here to help those nations and ourselves to combat transnational crime and illicit trafficking.
That's a lot of Central America.
As you're well aware, JTF Bravo has been here since 1984, and as such has acted as the first responder to a lot of the crises that happen here. We know without a doubt that sometime during this year there'll be an earthquake, a hurricane, a flood, or some other natural disaster in Latin America. As such, with your ability to provide first responders, it shows that we as a nation and we as a United States military care about our foreign national brethren in this region, and we're able to step up and assist them immediately. Your ability to project your power and your assistance from JTF Bravo and to give us a picture of what we need to follow up on any natural disaster is invaluable. So with your knowledge of the region, of the country, and of the needs and requirements here, it makes JTF Bravo and their ability to project their forces throughout the region in humanitarian assistance or whatever other mission invaluable to us and those follow-on forces. And they are the flag of the United States in many of these countries.
If you're tuning in, you've got
General Haynes was a fantastic individual, and we were all extremely sorry to see him pass. He's left the whole military and the Army specifically quite a legacy. You know, first with his vision to move Army South to Fort Sam Houston and San Antonio, that coupled us with Army North, 5th Army, and allowed us to be in a better position to work together with Army North to secure this hemisphere. You know, everything that we do as an Army is to protect our borders and to ensure that we have security not only globally but specifically in our hemisphere. And by putting Army North and Army South on the same post, it made coordination extremely easy. So when we look at our problem set and our defense capability, we do it on a hemispheric basis due to that move and General Haynes's vision. General Haynes was instrumental in creating the United States Army's non-commissioned officer education system. And as such, I think he's the main contributor to the outstandingly professional non-commissioned officer corps we have today. He ensured that there was a process of education for every rank and ensured that we as a military maintained the high standards of the non-commissioned officer and pushed them a step farther, and then and now and continually into the future will always set the example for non-commissioned officers throughout the world. These are the things that General Haynes gave us very briefly. If I was to list all of them, then we'd be here for quite a long time. But he was just an outstanding soldier, a great leader, and we're very sorry to have him leave us, but very thankful for the legacy that he gave to our United States Army.
Cool, sir. And speaking of
Our goals are those of the Chief of Staff in the Army, and when he talks about his priorities, and one of those is to shape. And in shaping, with your presence down here, JTF Bravo and the Soldier, Sailor, Airmen, Marines, and Coast Guardmen that are assigned here, as well as the civilians, they allow us to shape this region and help us to do those things that we need to do to build a capacity for our partner nations. As we move into the next year, we hope to strengthen the capacity of those nations through exercises such as Panamax, where we practice a defensive canal and is a very good military exercise. Here specific to Honduras in the coming year, we have two Beyond the Horizons exercises, where we will work with the medical capability and engineering capability of the Honduran Armed Forces to allow them to project their power into the countryside and to create a better infrastructure for the people living here. We'll build two medical clinics, build two schools, and renovate one school, as well as conducting some med-rets here. I think that in the coming year, JTF Bravo and all services will continue their series of med-rets to help the people here, and again, practice that ability to be a first responder and allow us to respond to any challenge we might have in this region. What we'll do in the forthcoming year is what we've done in the past, and that is to ensure that we have strong alliances in this region, to allow our military to work with our partner nations' military to build their capacity, and to ensure that we have interoperability between our militaries to face any challenges that we have to in this region and outside the region. Por los miembros de los militares de la República de Honduras, muchas gracias por su apoyo en todos nuestros esfuerzos aquí. Podemos hacer cualquier cosa cuando estamos trabajando conjunto. Estamos muy agradecidos por la oportunidad a quedar aquí en su país y tener esta amistad con sus fuerzas armadas, y cada día estamos trabajando conjunto para mejorar este país, nuestro país, esta región y el mundo. Gracias para todo. Your presence in this country and the manner in which you work in the joint environment is invaluable. You set the example. You are the face of America in this region. I thank you for the hard work you do on a daily basis and ask you to keep it up. God bless you all, and thank you.